Okay, welcome to part 2 of NeveranyFun, our gaming. Fuck.
Nope, keeping that in.
Okay. Part 2 of our 10-year anniversary. Every January, as an anniversary, I would come back and play a different iteration of the original Mega Man games, or X games. So we're doing Legacy Collection. I've only played the challenges. We're doing Mega Man 2. This is part 2. We did Mega Man 1 already. Let's go. We're not good at this. We're doing this for fun.
Yep.
Okay, I'm Marco. This is my brother Magnus.
And I will be the one playing the game.
Yeah, as opposed to me playing the other one, them in the past. Just make sure you go on difficult. Don't be those kind of people. Alright, so what do you think of this one?
My opinions change a lot for this one. So at first I didn't like the game because it was just fades. Because everyone talked about how this one was the best, and I always kept hearing that. But I just think that the other ones got better, But then, a few months ago, I decided to replay every single Mega Man game in one day.
Like the NES ones?
Yeah. 1 through 6. And I gained a better appreciation for 2. Like, not as a Mega Man game, but as a NES game.
So that's what I was saying. You had your friends over on your birthday, and I asked them to try out a level each. And I look at this, and I realize each level, as you would have to say for every Mega Man level, that they should all be different. But this one, when you look at it as an NES game, has different challenges with what you're going to have to put up with. So for this, bottomless pits, air battles. Oh, that was close. Heat Man, you have the Yoko blocks. Flash Man, I don't know, just the big enemies, the going down. But the point is, every level I find is more unique to themselves as opposed to later Mega Man entries. Like, if I think of Mega Man 5, I just don't really see them so different from one another. There are differences, obviously. Like, you have Wave Man, that's first half is no enemies, it's just obstacles. Second half is a auto scroller, which is the most unique Mega Man stage for NES. But I find with these, the variety is just a bit higher, if that makes sense. But yeah, it was funny because at some point you said you thought Mega Man 1 was better than 2, and then you changed your mind on that, and especially after playing Mega Man 1 the other day.
Yeah, Mega Man 1 is definitely... I don't even think it aged like for the time it was...
Yeah, in '87 you had Nintendo had great games, but I don't know what else there was on there. Like, what did Konami have? Was Castlevania out by '87?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know when the first Castlevania or Ninja Gaiden came out. But I'm still fine with Mega Man 1. It's a game you had to learn. So now we can go on to talk about Mega Man 2. I first played 3, and I played 4, but we rented it when I was like 3 years old, so I didn't have memory of it, just of a couple of the bosses in the game. But this was my next NES entry into Mega Man. A friend of mine had it, and then when he sold his NES, he kept this one aside to give it to my older brother and I, because he knew how much we love Mega Man, and I really still thank him for that. So this one was... The 2 I had on NES as a kid was 2 and 3. 3 still my favorite, just because of nostalgia. I really like this one a lot. Both as a Mega Man game and an NES title. Yeah, you should have stuck to the wall. Anyway, so you like this one?
Yeah, it's.
Okay.
I just don't like people saying that's the best one, cause
Yeah, so I've been seeing thumbnails on YouTube, not watching the videos, but of people saying Mega Man 1 is better than 2, or like Mega Man 2 is not as good as you remember. And I'm like, just seeing the person in the thumbnail, they look like they're in their 20s. I'm 30 now. And I'm like, I don't need this from someone who's younger than me. I already can make my own decision. And I've said in the past that I think 4, like for my pick, it's 4. That's the best one on NES.
Yeah.
I like it more than 5. 3 is an incomplete one, but if it was, that one would probably be the best one. We could only guess.
I used to go to Flashman first, but then I started to go to Airman because of item 2.
I think I told you to do that, right? I go Airman, then I go Heatman to get item 2 and 1. So, another thing I love, so a lot common knowledge for people playing Mega Man 2, Metal Man is weakness. One, there's Quick Boomerang, but it's also Metal Blade. You hit him with 2 Metal Blades and he gets taken out. In Mega Man 3, if you hit when you do the refights, the boss rush, you their own weapons are also a weakness to them, which is was a lot of fun. And because that was the first one I played, I thought all the other games would be like that, but they aren't. A lot of them, the other games, they just do like 1 damage to the boss. This one, if the boss has an element type, their attack recharges their whole health bar. So I first knew that with Heatman. If you hit him with Crash Bomber, it just restores his health. And then, actually, if you use Atomic Fire, it also restores his health. So then we tried all the bosses earlier this year. Bubble Man, Airman, and Woodman. Their weapons restore their health. But I guess Heatman's the only one you can do it before the boss rush, because you can do it with Crash Bomber. So, like, have you at least memorized this one here, this part here?
No.
Oh, okay. So do you know the pattern here for the upcoming blocks?
Like these? Or
the ones over the pit?
No, I always just use item 2.
So my trick here, once that enemy block appears and there's an enemy that appears on the right, you have to get on like that first cycle because that's where the timing is. By the time he appears, you press jump and shoot at the same time. Your shot will land, and then you'll have reached the top. Aren't you at 0 lives?
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, for these parts, by the time the enemy to your right has lined up with your shots, that's when the block will have appeared. So if you go here and test it out, you jump on there. Yeah, so you need to go a bit lower.
Yeah. It's like the sound. We can't hear the sound, so that always throws me off.
Yeah, we can't hear the game right now because just the way our setup is. We had to put the headset in a drawer. The volume's coming out of the headset because we're recording this through OBS, through our Switch. We're using legitimate hardware. I came up with a concept earlier. I can't remember what I wanted to do was I should have been doing for the channel the whole time was write down my ideas I had to talk about, and I can't even remember what it was. I came up with something earlier today.
So, before you arrived, I looked up. So, the new Transformers movie, Transformers 1, I really liked. And I've been seeing a lot of, like, positive things said about it. So I'm like, did anyone not like this movie? So I looked up, like, I don't know, like, Transformers 1 bad or something on YouTube. And, like, there's only one video I could find. I didn't watch the video, I just instead went to the comments to see what people thought. And it's like people agreeing with the video about it being bad. And it's like some of the stupidest things. Like, there's one that said it's not faithful to the live action movies. And it's like, it's not, because it's not based off of them. And then there was one where it's like, we need more live action and more humans.
Wow.
And it's like, the things people.
So if you're gonna go into a fully animated one and you're like, you're gonna complain that there's not live action in it?
Yeah.
Or I guess they're just saying that there needs to be more of it, but
It's like more human. People didn't like the humans. That's like the thing.
but there are people who did like those movies, and I don't know why.
It's like, yeah, people just like the live action ones were better.
I guess you know, they don't really care much for story or plot or cohesence.
There were people who were like, I fell asleep like in the first like minute, like part of the movie.
Of Transformers 1.
Yeah, it's like people were like, and I'm like, did we see the same movie?
I guess because they just want all those things you don't like about the live action movies. There are people who like that. Like, I haven't seen the Fast and the Furious. I've seen one of them, and the guy who wanted me to see it, because he was so hype about them, he really liked them.
So
He fell asleep during it, so I just turned it off. I'm like, I cannot stand this. This movie is so dumb.
there are people who don't like story or characters and just like action scenes.
Which is fine.
But it's like, well, I'm gonna say this. I like the action scenes in the live action movies, but I don't care about what's going on, so I don't care about the action. So, I feel like action scenes are more intense if you care about, like, what's going on.
The consequences of the fight and all
Yeah.
that.
But the movies are so boring. Like, the live action movies are so boring that I don't care.
Yeah. See, I would say they're so boring for me, because if you just say they're boring, that's stating it as a fact. It's just how I am.
Yeah, to me, like, I don't care about what's going on.
There's some good action, but when it comes to the hand-to-hand, they're just spinning around, which is not good fighting. And like, that's just not... You don't turn your back to someone in a hand-to-hand fight. So you're out of items.
Yeah.
There you go. So, we usually burn out on this, and I figured the fastest way to get through this was to just have you not do bad.
Ever hear of the recording Kurtz?
No.
Where it's you do bad while you're recording?
Yeah, that's because I'm distracted, you know. That's why I'm always amazed when I watch a speedrunner on, like, Games Done Quick, who do amazing. Pick it up, trust me, even if it's just a small one. Those will build up over time, because you don't know when the next drop will be. It's not really a curse, it's just you're...
Well, yeah, it's just it's saying.
No, I've never heard someone say it that way. Because, like, I'm playing, like, Pokemon Heart Gold. Not right now, but, like, just lately. And just doing the Elite Four against some Pokemon to level 100. And then I'll, like, if I just keep my attention on the game and press A when I need to change the next text box, choose an attack. Yeah, you're just flailing around. You pass me that?
No.
Oh my god. You're not putting thought into it.
No, I'm not.
That's a problem.
You said we were having fun.
When did I say that?
The start, we were like, we're just having fun. We're not taking it serious.
Oh, I meant no, like the channel was meant for fun, not. So now you're gonna jump and hit that one, and you're gonna fall down. Okay, well, you didn't miss the pit.
You just don't like people just doing things, their own thing.
If they have an explanation for it, then I'm like, all right, you understand why you're doing this. But when people do a thing and they're like, oh, I don't know why I'm doing that, I'm just like, how can you not know?
Because you don't think, you just do.
But I'm not like that. I don't move until I think about what I'm gonna do.
Okay, there. I have enough health.
So, I was at the store the other day. There's not a lot of people, so cashier is talking. Two cashiers are talking with like some customer. I think they knew who they were. Some like girl was probably in like grade 8 or something. Grade 9.
Okay.
But she's saying how she failed math. And then when the cashiers like was just trying to relate, saying like they failed French, and they're like, "How'd you fail French?" And then the cashier's like, "Okay, how'd you fail math?" It's like, "Well, I'm not good at math." Yeah, it's the same for me with French, and I'm like,
it's more like.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, this person's not that bright.
It's like if the person's trying to relate, it's like, oh, yeah.
It's like,
I was just gonna say, like, Heatman was always hard for me as a kid, but, like, now it's like he's very easy. You just shoot him and then jump over him.
yeah, you somehow didn't realize he dashes at you when you shoot him or something like that. But I try to put some distance before I shoot him.
Please shut up.
You're struggling against. Oh my!
I can't.
Give me that.
Fine. I was like trying to focus, and then you're like talking, and it's like I can't focus.
What is that? What is that jump delay? Did you not realize?
Yeah, I've known this whole time. That's what I had during Mega Man 1.
And you mentioned that now. You have
Like,
jump
like
delay.
I thought that was just because of Mega Man 1, but then I played it here. I'm like, oh, okay, it's...
And you didn't bother to mention that to the viewers? Now they feel bad for making fun of you. Like we all were in our heads of, man, this guy...
I don't care what people think of me.
I don't think that's true, because every time I knock you down...
You won't leave me alone about it. Like, if it's a random person I don't know, it's like, I don't care what you think of me.
Why don't... Okay, the Switch is not plugged into the computer, is it? Or to your TV, I mean.
No, it's not. It's...
Because I was like, can we just swap the channel so that we see... Oh my god, how did you do this?
I think it's not even delay. I think you're just bad.
Oh no, this is delay. I think that just shows how little you... Like, you can still jump on these corners. So yeah, this thing is not one-to-one with the capture. It's like just... Or sorry, the capture's not one-to-one. Oh my god. Like, you obviously know when to press A when you see Mega... Or you see Mega Man on the block, right?
Yeah, it's...
I have to do it ahead of time. I have to do my shots ahead of time. This is delay. I press jump. Okay, I'm giving this one more try. Oh my god, this is... How did you get through it without making it seem like... Okay, I just slid there. I didn't even press forward.
Okay, handing it back to me.
Right, well now I want to do this as a challenge. Okay, just don't move forward. Press shoot. How long did it feel like it took?
Immediate.
Well, not for me. I guess that means when you play Mega Man normally, it goes faster for you. Why are you bothering keeping those on the screen? If you just keep going forward, they'd all be gone.
Marco.
Just answer the question. You're not putting thought in?
No, I'm not.
I just don't understand that. I can't wrap my head around it.
It's not that hard. It's like I'm not thinking of what I'm doing. I'm just doing it.
Because I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, okay, you keep letting them spawn on the bottom. Are you giving yourself an opportunity to clear a path so you won't jump into them? I have no idea how you're doing this.
I don't think there's delay, actually.
Oh, trust me, this does not feel... You know how I got that handheld? I've been playing the game a lot more. So whenever we go to the cottage, I would play one Mega Man game and do the stage select. And trust me, this is the second level I go to. I don't even need item 2 to get through it. I'm in my head right now, like, what was that thing I thought of earlier? Quick, think of something to say. Or do I have to keep quiet for you for this part? Stop focusing on those enemies, just get up there. There, see what I meant by, like, by the time you shoot it, the other one will appear. But I guess, because I can't stop thinking, you hear it so much as just me, sassing you, but it's more just comparing, you know? You could have kept going forward at that one part. You decided to just turn around and take out the enemies behind you, but if you kept going forward, they would have despawned. And I'm already knowing, like, okay, well now with the timing of the next wave, you won't be able to make it. So, switch to air shooter. Yeah. Anyway, so is it hard for you to also talk while you do this?
Kind of.
Just walk into him, get the hell.
What? I don't need to play by your rules.
I gotta tell you what to do because...
You don't get to tell me what to do.
I can't think of anything to talk about.
Then, why did we start doing this?
Well, it made me learn. Like, I can think of silly concepts, but when I'm seeing this, there's so much activity going on in my brain just looking at all these sprites, timing, like just math, okay? And I'm like no longer able to think of concepts. Think of ridiculous things of, hey, what if the world worked like this? I would just get some distance before you shoot him, because there are times he'll go at you sooner. Yeah, okay, I guess you're gonna ignore me.
How much distance do I need?
Pass it
Fine.
over.
Can't even get to the checkpoint.
We'll see. Maybe if I look at the TV.
Were you not looking at the TV?
No, I told you that when you were playing Mega Man 1 that I was looking at the capture the whole time.
Look at the TV.
Why? Yeah, this does not feel one-to-one at all. I have to press it ahead of time. Alright, your turn to talk. It won't distract me.
I'm trying to think of something to say. Yeah, this is the problem. So you really don't see any delay?
No, I'm saying there definitely is.
You feel a delay.
Yeah. So I have to press it ahead of time. I'm just gonna use item 2 because otherwise we're gonna be here forever. So I don't go right away because it's that block that will just make me die. Like I've shown in my first playthrough of I put on YouTube of this game that I know where I know how to get through the Yoku blocks without item 2, but yeah, no, there's a delay to this. So when I say put distance, I mean like that. Not like, oh, from right here. Because at some point he will launch himself sooner than earlier, and there won't actually be time for you to react to it. It's just a much safer way. Oh, shit. It's a much safer way of taking him on.
Alright, and now the controller's back to me. It's like, I don't know how to dodge his first attack here.
You just walk slightly and jump. Do we have... Like, there's no HDMI splitter, right? Like we have for AV?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Because we should swap your TV to, sorry. We would, like, plug your Switch in to the TV also and then have it go through that.
There, I beat him.
Yeah.
I feel like he's a bit inconsistent sometimes.
Heatman?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I meant to put distance in, because you'd never know when it's gonna
Like,
be.
yeah, but he was right there. I went all the way to the end, and he...
Like, consisting of, like, how long, or his distance.
Like, his distance?
He goes to you. Well, you thought he had a fixed amount of distance.
It's like, no, like, 'cause I jumped when he when he dashed, but it's still he'd stopped like right. I don't know.
He stops where you are.
But I would jump. Never mind.
In the air?
Yeah.
Alright.
Item 1.
I think Quickman will be hard now. Careful. So, what's new with you?
I killed a man.
Because
Oh, just felt like it.
was it someone I knew?
No.
Is this going to come back to haunt you?
No, not really.
Good talk. Even I couldn't think. I was in my head thinking about something I would say, and I'm like, no, that's not going to go anywhere. So I've been trying to learn the bosses of how to not take damage. I don't like looking it up because it's so much more satisfying when I learn how to do it on my own. And I finally learned a trick for Flash Man. I think he jumps when he takes damage or something like that. He's one of those bosses that reacts to when you shoot. One of my favorite glitches, I went to this stage because I used to go to Flash Man first.
Oh my
We're
god.
playing on a pretty beat up copy on the NES I mentioned earlier. Well, it was not too beat up, but it is my... You have item 1. Okay, you need Crash Bomber. Anyway, my favorite glitch was Mega Man, and then my plasma power was just Mega Man. I was shooting Mega Man. It was just... I've told you the story of that a lot, but it was just so funny.
Like, was it just its head or like
No,
its
it was the whole
body?
body. He was shooting a whole body of Mega Man. So imagine seeing 4 Mega Man on the screen at once. Yeah, see, he kind of he jumps when you get shot at time, depending on where on the platform he's at. So yeah, I learned a bit better of how to avoid him. Like, he's an easy boss, but to not take damage is, for me, is stressful. Then I showed you earlier this summer Mega Man 2, but did not read in it well, and the graphics were completely different. They were pretty much like Atari graphics, just plain blocks, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's nice that they bring old games back, but there is a thing about playing on the original hardware that it's just lost with it, with the playing a digital version. Like, if you play a Game Boy game on the Switch online, you don't get to mess around with the contrast. You don't have to move it around to stick for the light in. Things like that.
Yeah. It wasn't until Mega Man 3 till the weapon names became consistent with them being named after the
Boss.
Yeah. With the only exception to be, well, Snake Man's, because it's, it's still...
It's swapped.
Yeah, it's swapped.
Let's go to stage... Why you...
I zoned out for a moment.
The other thing was just weaknesses. By 4, they became balanced. and they've kept it that way for Mega Man games since. But it was so much fun in 2 and 3 to mess around with weapons, because some bosses would have more than one weakness. So when we were kids, Shadow Man was hard. We go to him last. Which, I mean, Top Man was easy. We could have gone to him first and then go to Shadow Man. But point is, we would use Needle Cannon on Sparkman. It would do 2 damage. And we didn't know until we were like teenagers that Shadow Blade was his actual weakness. But I've said before, there was someone I watched play Mega Man 2, and against Quickman, they used Air Shooter because it would do 2 damage. But Mega Buster just does 2 damage, so it wasn't actually a weakness. And Quickman has quite a few. Crash Bomber and Time Stopper are his weakness. How many lives do you have? Yeah, I'd get that. You don't feel a delay?
Not really.
Yeah. I guess I just know the game's a bit better than you.
Also, you always talk about how Melee is, like, really slow for you.
Yeah, Smash Bros.
Yeah, it's how you don't like it because of the controls.
For me, when I play it, like, whenever I'm trying to do inputs, they don't react right away. Are you saying that I'm just like that with every game?
No, just...
What of it?
No, just... I find that's normal. And I find Melee normal, so... I don't...
Well, that's the thing. If people say Smash 4, Wii U, and 3DS are slow, yet I feel it reacts quicker, and it reads my inputs quicker than Melee.
Yeah.
And I can put in inputs decently fast.
I don't know.
But I'll press something and my character won't move. Like, explain that to me. How are you so good at taking damage? I envy you at times.
Why, kids?
Because I can't take that amount. It's like, oh man, I wish I could get fucking beaten bad so badly like that. Can you teach me your ways of getting beaten to a pulp without effort?
Yeah, it's called not play the game as much and don't think of what you're doing.
So, we said we wouldn't bring up people, and we aren't. But we are complaining a bit about things we have to hear, because we'd rather be more fun and entertaining. But this turned out to be more of like a thing of, let me complain about things because I don't have anyone else to talk to. And then when I do see people, why would I just want to complain? I'd rather come up with goofy concepts and make people laugh. But you were saying how people said that you saw comments of people saying that the Captain N Mega Man boss designs were better than the 94 show.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. But we were at Metal Man, so you said people were saying that Metal Man the cartoon didn't fit his personality, but it's like back then...
They had no personality.
Yeah, because I explained that personalities were signed by the fans. You'd have all these webcomics and stuff that back in the 2000s and maybe even earlier that people depicted the Robot Masters in certain ways, and a lot of them just fit. So people looked at Metal Man, he's like, he's the only robot in the stage select that has red eyes. He looks so evil, he must be meant to just kill people. I'm sure he's like a timber thing. But, so yeah, it's you know, people just basing it off nothing.
Well, eventually they did give,
No, I meant like the complaints, sorry, that wasn't clear. The complaints, people saying like, wasn't faithful to his personality. Back in, you know, like 94. But in Mega Man and Base, they gave some personality traits to the bosses through the CDs.
Very little, but still something.
We found it really interesting because when we got Mega Man and Base, I think that game came out 2003. I think we got it, maybe 2004. But we had played Mega Man 2 and 3 a lot, and then we did have the anniversary collection, so we knew the other Robot Masters. It was just so interesting after all those years, and I was a kid, so those years felt very long. Just so interesting to finally get to know, to learn a bit about these guys.
Metal Blade is the most overpowered weapon in this game.
Yeah, people still say it's the best weapon, and it's hard to disagree.
Like, it takes up, like, no, like, energy to use. So you can just spam it.
Hey, you did it. It's also the directions and how wide
Yeah.
it is.
I'm pretty sure people wouldn't like 2 as much if it wasn't for the Metal Blade. There's also the music, which I'm not a big fan of most of the tracks, to be honest. Like, there's the Metal Man theme. I like Crash Man and Wily 1 and 2.
My older brother and I loved Flash Man.
Yeah. There's also the title screen, of course, but besides that, I don't like...
You don't like Woodman?
No.
I like all the tracks. The only ones that... Quickman's the only one that doesn't stand out for me.
Birds.
Is that why you put birds on the screen?
No, I just...
Did it?
Yeah, I tried to do it with the other stages, but I forgot to hold them before I press start.
Item 1. I would use 1.
It's no... I also have to keep remembering what items do what.
Oh my god.
It's like... In later... It's like with the Rudge adapters, it's like, okay, yeah, it's like Rudge Marine, Rudge Jet, Rudge Coil. That... Like, these are just nitpicks.
For me, it's just like, how can you not know? It's just like the smallest amount of effort and energy to remember these things. Could be that I have like more time put into the game, but maybe I was like that at first, but you've played the game so much at this point that it's like it takes... Yeah, like I may have been like that when I first played, but it took me less time to memorize them. There's just something about Mega Man where it sticks with me. I need it to stick with me to remember it so I can get through the game easier the next time I play it. Like if I went back to Mario 3, I only beat it one time. I'm not gonna remember all my little tricks I came up with, but they'll come back to me after a bit. Like once I'll probably fail at a part and be like, oh yeah, I remember how I got through it. It was like this. It's the same with Mega Man Maker. If I go back to a stage I made a few years ago, or if I make a stage and I want you to play and I didn't look at it for like a couple months, I'll be like, oh, I don't remember any of this, and then I'll see more of the level and be like, oh, I remember how my trick to get around this. I do like how the energy in this one, because there's some minor differences between 2 and 3, but the weapon energy and the health energy drops are a bit more flashy in this one.
So, you have it. So Marco has a bunch of Mega Man toys from like the 2000s.
Yeah.
And there's one toy of X that came with the rabbit from Shield Penguin stage.
Yes.
And I always thought that rabbit was supposed to be the ones from the stage.
Yeah.
So that's proof that I did play Mega Man 2 as a kid.
Or saw them. I just saw the game.
Well, still.
Interesting thing to learn that that wolf enemy will take one-shotted by Woodman's attack, but I would only know that because of the challenges in the Legacy Collection, but they actually programmed that. So maybe they plan on having it in the Wily stages.
Maybe they just had to, like...
I love that there how Mega Man just zips through. So, I'm not saying we've been doing a great job of comparing or making or reviewing these games, right?
Yeah.
But there was someone I just watched, and again, I was just getting all these things about Mega Man. People comparing like Mega Man 1 and 2 and then 2 and 3 of like which one's better. And this guy was talking about how he was saying how like Mega Man 2 was like, or like he liked Mega Man 2 more, I think. But he was saying for one, like Mega Man this was like but Mega Man 2 was like oh. Those weren't the sounds he made, but it was something like that, right? And I'm like, that tells me nothing of what you think, what the games are like, how it's like for you, how do you play them, you know?
I mean, I get what you meant, but
I don't.
It's like Mega Man 2 is more awesome.
Sure, but it's why like it's such a weird thing to to compare. It's easy to compare one to any of the others in the series because there was so much empty in it, right? But then when it comes to 2 and 3, what are you really comparing? Is it the gameplay better? No, it's mainly just the weapons, right? The only real difference is...
Oh, right, you can't... Yeah,
You don't know how to deal with those, really?
Don't you just walk?
No, you turn around a bit. Like, you back up a bit.
I keep forgetting.
They're in Mega Man Maker, right? Where you can destroy them? Is that why you're not used to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you get up to them and you turn around for a moment. Yeah, so I filmed it on, not through a capture card, but through a camera of, me beating Woodman without taking damage. Oh man, that took quite a lot of tries. I finally did it though, but I still have to do it while being the stage. Without taking damage. But the interesting one is Bubble Man. I was playing on the Legacy Collection with save states to help me practice. Then I would play it on the NES and record it through a camera for footage to prove that I did it. Or like my first time actually doing it on the NES.
Right.
Bubble Man is actually not completely one-to-one on the NES. On this collection. There's one, it's a very like minor difference, but if I only notice it because I'm going plasma only and no damage.
So
it's just like he does so on the horizontal axis, what is that, the x-axis, when he's lined up with you and he's in the air, he will shoot at you. He shoots at you more often, and I don't mean like a barrage of shots. I mean there's...
Oh.
Oh yeah, not delayed, huh?
Well, no, cause me grabbing the health, like... I don't...
Stop your input?
Yeah.
Yeah. So... I'd have to... I don't remember it exactly, but I have footage of it, because the point is I finally put the time in to learn these guys during the summer. Right now it's January, what, 5th? So during the summer, I was learning how to beat some of these guys without taking damage. And then for Bubble Man, I just noticed that when I went to record it, like I was able to do it on the Switch. Then when I went to record it off the NES, I'm like, he's acting a bit different. He's shooting at me more often. So I have to go and relearn him.
So, during my birthday, I had friends over, and I had them play this game.
And they're not accustomed to...
NES games. Oh my god, okay.
Try to jump more to like, more right of them, you know, so you have more distance. Or like you're closer to the next platform, I mean.
Oh my god.
Yes, you're noticing the delay now. Maybe Mega Man 1 is good, it was just the, you know.
I can play the game easily on my Wii.
Yeah, but We'll have to try that. What we should do after we record, take it out of the capture card and
I pressed A.
yeah, sure. That's why you jumped. No, we should actually just see if it's like this when if it's off your Switch directly. I wonder how big the delay is, or like if there is one. I'm pretty sure there's one. See, don't jump to the right of them. Why do you keep going to the left?
Back off.
I'm playing. How do you not know this? Oh my god! I just grabbed it for like a moment. If I bring him with me, he doesn't spawn more. This is not. I can jump on those and then jump off them immediately so they won't even fall down. This is not one-to-one. Oh my god. So because you didn't clear that part, you didn't beat this game.
No.
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
That's exactly how that works.
No, if I get to the end of... If I beat the rest of the game and don't beat the final boss, then I don't beat the game.
That's what I said. I didn't beat the game. That was robbed from me. So you agree. I cleared this part you didn't clear. You did not beat the full game.
You didn't beat the boss, so what's your point?
What do you mean I didn't beat the boss?
What do you think I mean?
Are you... I'm confused. Are you claiming to that first time I tried to beat the game?
Yeah, it's...
I said I didn't beat the game because it was robbed from me.
Yeah, but if I beat the final boss, then I beat the game.
No.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, that's the logic you're going with?
Yeah, that's...
No, you didn't beat the game either. You just said that. So we're talking about the first time I was trying to beat this game. I was playing on normal, which was still tough for me at the time.
And I felt like I hit that thing multiple times, but it didn't register.
No, I saw that. Those were bouncing off.
Like...
Anyway, the story is just that I finally was getting through the Wily stages. Spent a long time figuring them out, getting through them. Oh god.
Well,
Use your opportunity to redeem yourself. Anyway, I was at the last Wily stage. There's a trick where you could, while you're falling down, just go to the right, and then when you're dodging like the lava, or acid, I think it's lava, molten lava, to just keep going forward and you're not going to get hit by them. I didn't know that at the time, and they, only take 3 of them to knock you out. This is what I mean. Just jump to the right side of them.
I'm trying to.
Oh. Anyway, I was just tired of having to go through that because I would take damage and then I'd have not enough health to take on Wily. So I asked my older brother, "Can you just get through that part for me? I've done it so many times. I'm just tired. I've been playing this for a long time." He didn't pass me back the controller and he went and beat Wily. I did all the work to get up to there, and I didn't feel like I could say I beat the game.
Okay, I did it.
Yeah, not that great though.
So that also reminds me of another story. So for like my 5th birthday, I got a DS Lite, and the very first game I ever owned for myself was Mario Party DS. And this wonderful gentleman beat the game on that same night.
Yeah, I was just lying. He was asleep. I was just sitting beside him. I decided to just play the game, and I was having so much fun. I ended up just beating it.
Yeah, thanks for that.
I'm not a good brother. I did the same. So our oldest brother would get a video game, and I would grab it from him first and play it.
What? It's...
Yeah, I should kill myself.
We're
What?
not... It's not some...
say on stream?
Yeah.
That's something I made a joke about the last video, remember? That's how I feel, though, looking back, or, like, as a kid, you know? I felt like, oh, I'm going to hell because I did this thing that was bad. But if I don't do the thing, I'm in pain because I'm not enjoying myself. And it hurts. There's also just a lack of forethought.
So, like I said in the last time, there's a new line of Mega Man toys.
Okay, wow. Go on.
So the first wave consisted of Mega Man, Fireman, and Iceman, which came out a few months ago, I think. Like the toys were announced like in 2023, like the first 3 waves. Wave 2 just came out not too long ago, like the end of 2024, and it consisted of Cutman, Elecman, and Hyperball Mega Man. And the third wave, which was already announced, is Bubbleman, Woodman, and Helmetless Mega Man, which I'm excited because there's never been Woodman or Bubbleman toys before.
Maybe in Japan, but not for us here.
So, I'm really excited about those. And Wave 4, I'm really excited for, which is Gemini Laser Mega Man, Proto Man, and Snake Man.
Yeah, so we don't really want them to do so many colors of Mega Man. We'd rather just have 3 Robot Masters.
Yeah, Proto Man makes sense.
Yeah. Which I do want a Proto Man. I do want a roll. Question is which role do, because they can do more than one role. They can do. She has 3 outfits.
I mean,
they can
yeah.
work with.
If they can do multiple Mega Man, then I forgot to put Metal Blade.
Oh yeah, you game over, so you lost all your E-tanks.
Bam. Okay.
Good thing Quick Man has quite a few of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, your Toy Story
Yeah.
movie. Can I watch
Shut
it?
up. It's not funny.
It's not. It's meant to annoy you.
Yeah, and you're really great at doing that. But yeah, Snake Man is one of our favorite robot masters.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Gemini Laser.
Yeah, Gemini Man is my favorite because I always loved his design. I loved saying his name as a kid, and I'm also a Gemini. I remember our mom said that, oh, it turns out they got the whole astral thing wrong, or like because of time, the astral thing are swapping by a month. So I'm like no longer a Gemini. I'm like, no, it fits me so well because I'm bipolar. Let's use item 1 or 3. Do you really not remember what they do?
Yeah. Yes, I have to think about it.
It's interesting when you use item 1 and it's like turned around, that 1 is also turned around, which they didn't need to do that.
I mean, it's not that hard to program.
That the one to get the 1 proper. No, I meant they would need to do less programming, so they would need to not have it swapped. Seriously, we're gonna have you play this on your Wii after, and then you're gonna see if it feels 1-to-1. Oh, use Lobo Lead on them. Takes them out. You only need 2 of them to take them out. You could at least acknowledge I said something.
Why are there fire bots? Fire needs in.
Yeah, this is the only level. Like the quick laser is the only thing. The lasers are the only thing really I feel are close to Quick Man, but the rest of the stage doesn't really feel like it fits it. No, you're supposed to keep going forward. What, you don't want my back talk?
No.
My help?
This is exactly what you did all the other times I played Mega Man.
Just correcting where you went wrong?
Yeah, it's...
I don't understand why that bothers you.
Cause it's not fun. It's annoying.
Yeah, but it shouldn't bother you this much.
Because you constantly do it. Every single thing I do wrong, which is a lot.
Yeah, and I've had that my whole life.
And
But I learned to just take it as assist, as help, instead of just complaining.
what was I supposed to do there?
You're supposed to go to the right. Do you want me to do it?
No. That defeats the whole point of me playing.
I thought you'd be good at these.
I'm good when no one's around.
I don't believe that.
And no one can see me.
No one will ever believe that. Because you can't prove it. Just, anyway. You have Flashman's weapon if you need it. So if you game over, well, you'll be at the start of the stage to get the, yeah, so if you bounce off like that, then it won't, then you lose the timing. I'm trying to think of concepts, so I'm like, no, this is interesting. I should have just always written them down. I'll have to do that for Mega Man 3. We're playing that one 2-player, right? Oh my god. Pass me that.
No.
Why? How long do you want to be here for? Have we already been doing an hour?
Yeah.
And you haven't been the stage select?
I'm gonna stop this whole anniversary thing if you continue to pester me.
I'm not. You need to get over these little things. The smallest things bother you. You need to be made of sterner stuff.
No.
Why not?
Okay, fine. So I want to say, like, I want to have them to make toys of all the Robot Masters. And from what I've heard, like in videos I've seen, for like when they showed off like Wave 4 at conventions, apparently Wave 1 sold really well. So,
Okay, it takes 3 bubbles.
okay, so hopes up for them to do more. I heard, like, I'm not sure if it's confirmed, that they're at least gonna go up to Mega Man 3. But so I hope they don't do as much like colored Mega Man, so we can get more Robot Masters. But I get why they do it. It saves a lot of money just to rehues the same mold for at least once per wave. But my problem is they only do like 3 figures per wave, and it takes like months for each wave, like in between each wave. Because I'm pretty sure they, like, the figures, Wave 1 came out in like June or July of 2024. And Wave 2 came out at the end of the year. So it's not really any nudes for Wave 3 right now. I bought the Cutman and Electman figures already, so I'm waiting for those to show up. I plan on getting Hyper Bomb Mega Man because that is one of my favorite colored schemes. My all-time favorite Mega Man palette is Napalm Man's. it's the Napalm Bomb Mega Man, which is blue, dark blue, and orange. It's the reason I like that one so much is because, like it said, my brother has a bunch of Mega Man toys, and one of them is Napalm Mega Man. And that one uses like metallic paint for like the dark blue, so it looks really cool mixed with the orange.
It's a bit shiny on the legs.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It's like a metallic paint.
For those who don't know what that is.
What, metallic paint?
Yeah. No. This is like, it's not something. Again, I'm pretty sure on our first playthrough of Mega Man 2, I went to Quick Man like right away. Yeah, just use time. Something's up. Use Time Stopper. When it comes to the complete works, because the games run faster, I need to use Time Stopper. I cannot do it. The lasers are so much quicker. What? Just happy. Use IM3.
What? No.
I don't know. I was wondering what that smile was for.
Because you're like, they're quicker, and it's like, quick.
They're speedier. They're less slow.
So I hope they make a Quick Man toy because he's my favorite from 2.
We have Quick Man toys.
Not, you know what I mean.
No. Where is he? Oh, you don't have your own?
No.
I thought you did.
No, I don't.
Did you notice the difference I was doing though? Like, for the one screen you're having a hard time with?
No, because it's focusing on talking.
See, that's you don't pay attention. You don't take in anything.
That
You're,
I can
you're
only.
you're gonna need Time Stopper. Something's up with the inputs. I'm sure you could have gone through this one, but.
Please, no more. Okay, good. Yeah, cause I can normally do it without using Time Stopper. I forgot there's a second one.
See, how do you not remember these little things?
Because I don't memorize every part of the level.
So, I'm only like that with Mega Man 1, 2, and 3. The other games are a bit harder for me to remember. Like, when I'm on the screen, I'll be like, yeah, I remember this screen. But 4, 5, and 6, I can never remember what the next screen is.
Okay, so I'm out of Flash Stopper, so what's the other...
Atomic Fire and, Crash Bomber.
Okay.
How many lives do you have left?
5.
Yeah, so just don't use them on this life. Just use your power also. He takes 2 damage per shot, so... I mean, it's not super hard, you know? So you did like almost half damage.
I can do it, Vince.
You did worse.
Shut up.
Try not to jump into him.
It's kind of hard when he's jumping all around.
That doesn't mean you have to.
It's like every time I jump, he always jumps ahead, so I always.
There you go.
I can beat Quickman without using any energy E-tanks or weapons.
Yeah, so you did the right thing of make sure you got hit by the quick boomerang instead of him.
That was totally my intention.
Oh, because it's like you take less damage.
Yeah, I get that, but okay, you want to do the violent stations?
You don't?
It's only been an hour.
You're like drained?
Yeah.
Right, you're gonna make me do the hard stuff. I may just call it.
Like, really?
I don't want to have to do this platforming with a delay. We're gonna be here, like, it'd be fun for a challenge where I edit the video, but this is meant to be not edited, it's meant to just be...
Well, we're stuck with the delay, so...
Do you notice the delay?
No, like I've said before.
Okay, we're putting your Wii up after, and we're gonna have you try it out.
So... I was raised in a... Well, How I grew up with Mega Man was a funny one. So I had... So there were the games, obviously, so Mega Man 2 and 3 were the ones I saw on NES. And we had this pirated disc of the 90s Mega Man cartoon.
Well, 2 discs, but...
Well, I only had the one.
Yeah, we rented the first season, then we burnt them because couldn't find copies to buy, just a rental one.
So, our dad burned the episodes on discs.
But the second disc didn't work for whatever reason.
So, yeah. So, I had disc 3, which had the final 4 episodes of season 1. That was the one I watched all the time, so I wish I had the first... I wish I watched the first disc as a kid, because there were so many episodes I missed out on.
Yeah. So, I do own the complete series on DVD, and we had episodes on VHS, which were also pirated.
Yeah.
Because, again, you couldn't find them to buy anywhere.
But, so yeah, I saw two of the Mega Man NES games, episodes of the cartoon, and also I got to play with my brother's Mega Man toys. So yeah, the Mega Man cartoon was definitely the first video game cartoon I ever watched. And the second being the Donkey Kong Country cartoon.
You saw that before Mario Bros?
Yeah, kids. I saw those like on YouTube, like episodes on YouTube, before I got the Super Mario Bros. 3 DVDs. So yeah.
Standards were pretty high, huh? Okay, good. See the difference between our gameplay?
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, I guess you're just not at my level, because I'm at a point where I'm bit... You don't really care about your platforming, to my extent.
No.
of like where I need to land, where I need to jump from. This is the only other jump I'm worried about in the game because of the delay.
What, the ladder?
Yeah. Alright, we're good for the rest of the game. Remember last time I watched you do this, you had a hard time with the boss rush again. You know?
Yeah. I'm not perfect at Mega Man.
Me neither, I take damage.
Well, I'm not incredibly good. I'm experienced, but I'm not overly good. Like, I can say I'm decent at the games. Like, I know what I'm doing.
It's like this, I'm jumping while I'm attacking because you stand still when you use Metal Blade.
But yeah, a lot of the toys, like, that you had were a bunch of characters I never seen. Like, there were, so, in the 2000s, like, during, like, Mega Man's 15th anniversary?
Yeah.
Like, so, Mattel made Mega Man NT Warrior toys, or Battle Network, and then, Jadswares did just Classic and X series. They also did one Mega Man Zero figure. Wow. So, it was very confusing. I never played the X games. So, and my brothers had X-Zero and Axel. And I had no idea what they were.
All three of those are mine, actually.
Well, anyway. I'm just gonna say brothers, because
yeah,
just to make it
I
simple.
definitely had more than our older brother, because I actually went out to buy them.
So yeah, there's X-Zero and Axel, and I had no idea. I was like, why does Mega Man look so, like, cool? And then Zero, I was like, I had no idea who this guy was. And Axel, it's like, what? And then there was a second version of Zero who...
Do you notice the chain at the bottom there?
Yeah, it's... And I'm like, why does this guy use trees for weapons?
Who?
Zero, like...
Oh.
It's...
Oh, the 00.
Yeah, the... Kids... Like, there were two versions of this guy, and I'm like... And then the NT Warrior figures, I'm like... Okay, it's like there's this guy, Fireman, who's also Torchman. And then this guy who I thought was Airman turned out to be Windman. Because I didn't play 6, so I didn't know who Windman was. And then there was Bates. Who the heck was this guy? Like, there were two versions of Bates. Because I didn't understand the whole Battle Network stuff. So there was also the Mega Man EXE figures and Proto Man. Our cousin had classic Proto Man toy.
Yeah, I got that for him.
Yeah. Which he adds his shield. But I didn't know that Proto Man had a shield. And he didn't have he lost his shield. So when I saw the figure, I'm like, whoa, the figure had a shield? But, like, I recently...
Saw it online?
Yeah, like...
Yeah, so you didn't know his toy came with the shield?
Yeah, because he lost it. And I didn't know Proto Man, like, in the games had a shield. Until I actually played the games. Well, even though in Mega Man 3 it's clear he has a shield.
Yeah.
I just never noticed. And he also didn't have one in the cartoon. Which confused me. And also, another thing. So, classic Mega Man designs, the robots are, like, supposed to be small and cute. But the Ruby Spheres cartoon made them more Americanized, so they're more, like, instead of looking cutesy, they're more bigger and intimidated.
Yeah, and they have like muscles, but
Yeah,
which a robot does. I just want to say it did actually appeal to me more to see them like that, because when I played Mega Man 8 and they had the opening cinematic, I'm like, where are all his muscles?
yeah. So, but they definitely did make the right call for an American audience.
Yeah, it.
Like, some people who never grew up in that era look back and like, why does he have muscles?
I think
But,
it looks. It
yeah,
just looks.
I
cool.
actually like that. But because the designs in the cartoon were taller, and the Jazzware looked like those proportions, I thought that's what they were supposed to look like. But then years later, I saw how the classic Mega Man art, how they were supposed to look, and it was a bit off. Like, I mean, also for like Mega Man 8, I saw. So it was a bit jarring, but I like both versions. Like, I don't have one I hate. I'm glad we're finally. So the Jada toys, the recent toy line, are going for like the
smaller version.
yeah, like their character art for the games, which I do like it. So we get toys of those designs.
No, I was thinking of something Norm Macdonald said.
Okay.
I'm not gonna repeat.
Okay. Does it have to do with the dog?
It has to do with babies.
Okay, then yeah, don't say anything.
I'm just like, what can I add to this conversation?
Yeah.
There's no app to help you.
Please stop. But so, I showed my friends one episode of the 90s cartoon, and I remember they knew nothing about Mega Man. Like, they played like this was after I had them play Mega Man 2. They not a single one beat a single level. Only one of them managed to get to the bot store.
But not like through it, obviously.
Yeah. But so I showed them the cartoon and the intro where it's like showing like where it shows Mega Man with the
Just inside.
yeah, his skeleton, and they're like one of them was like Mega Man's a robot. And I remember, like, later throughout the episode, it's like, there was Rush, and it's like, he has a dog?
Oh my god.
It's like, when did he have a dog? And I'm like, since Mega Man 3.
Since 1990.
Yeah, and they're like, how many Mega Mans are there? And I'm like, 11, technically. But then, like, there's later where it's like, it was showing Roll, and then my friend, like, whispered to me, it's like, okay, just to clarify, she's a robot as well. And I'm like, yeah. And then there's a later scene where, like, they're, like, in the lab. And then one of my other friends was like, wait, she's a robot? And, like, the other one's like, yeah, don't you see her arm?
I used to think it was some kind of cast. Like, I knew she was a robot, but I thought it was like some kind of cast because like her arm was injured.
Yeah, but they did enjoy the episode. They thought it.
So which one did you show?
Like
them?
the Iceman episode. So episode 9, I think.
The Ice Age one.
Yeah, Ice Age.
Which would have been clear to say.
Well, because every episode, it's like there's one robot match who gets the focus.
We haven't seen all the episodes. There may be more Iceman.
Well, probably. So yeah. Well, it's the episode's about Iceman.
And Airman.
Yeah. So, which is my favorite episode of the whole cartoon, because it was the first one I saw. And, which, I did buy the first figure I bought from the Jada Toys line was the Iceman figure because of that episode. It's a shame we never got an Iceman toy in, like, the 90s toy line.
I really like Fire. Was there a Fireman one?
Like,
No?
toy?
Yeah.
No.
Back then. Because I really like the white and red on him.
Yeah, there were technically Iceman and Fireman toys, but they were like tiny PVC figures and not actual like the big ones. But yeah, so Fireman and Iceman being part of the first wave of Jadatoids, when they were the only Mega Man 1 bosses to not get full toids back then, which I think is pretty cool. I'm still waiting for them to do Gutsman and Bombman for the Jadatoids toy line, because I just really like them. And also to wrap up Mega Man 1.
See, it says 5 on there.
Anyway. I like toys a lot.
Do you like toys more than turtles?
What about Turtles of Toys? Or toys?
Yes, the most disfigured thing you can think of when you... It's called taxidermy.
Turtles of Toys of Turtles.
We were at a convention where they sold video games, you know, like retro games or new stuff. Anyway, just, you know, games.
Wow.
What?
Oh, okay. That's what you were doing.
Yeah, I'm not an idiot.
I thought you jumped and fired and, like, by accident.
I don't think I have enough crash bomb. I thought it was full though. I haven't used it. Oh, that's not good.
What?
I used the energies at the start.
Well, you screwed up. But yeah, I did I ever tell you why I became a big fan of Turtles?
No.
Okay, so I think it was like 5th grade or something, where like there's a thing where like people were just quoting memes, and so there was one meme that no one quoted that I wanted to quote, and it's the "I like turtles."
Yeah.
So like the meme is like about the chocolate, but then I said it, and I thought about it, and I was like, I actually really like the animal turtles, and then it just became a big running thing, a well-known thing throughout my class that I like turtles. So like, I have like this little statue of a little turtle, of a sea turtle that my friend gave to me. He was like, "Hey, do you still like turtles?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Here, you want this?" And I'm like, "Sure." So yeah, turtles pretty much just became my favorite animal from that point.
So, we were at the game convention, and some guy was there. He may have been
Which game convention was this?
the second one. I don't want to say where.
Like what year?
This year,
Okay.
like the one in the
Like where we traveled?
yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, some guy, I think he may have been a bit like, I'm autistic. Angus here is autistic, but this guy. Anyway, it didn't matter. The guy was still nice, but he was just talking about Mega Man with me a bit, because I think I was looking for Mega Man games and he saw some there. And he was like, he thought Roll was called Mega Girl, and I said it was Roll. And he's like, "Oh yeah, thanks for telling me. I forgot." And then I just said, like, I looked away because I was just looking through games, and he's like, "No, seriously, thanks for reminding me." And I'm like,
It's no big deal.
yeah. Anyway, the thing was, though, there was this one seller. The guy who was talking to me at first seemed to like to just talk to people about things. And they were talking about Mega Man 2, and they're talking about the boss of this level. So the vendor was saying how he was using a Game Genie or something, and he made it so he couldn't take damage, but he didn't make it so that he had infinite weapon energy. So he said that he used up all the Crash Bomber, and then he couldn't beat the boss, and he was soft locked because he couldn't take damage and die either.
Huh.
Never grinded this way. Yeah, I did not expect this one to take us this long.
Mega Man 3 should be the easiest one for us.
Yeah.
Because well, if we play 2-player, it's gonna be hard.
Maybe. Not really. I'll be player 2.
Yeah, you can meet. If
No,
you want to
I'm
be
not- I'm not-
funny,
Yeah, if I want to troll you, but we don't want to be taken forever.
let's. But there's something else I wanted to say, but I'm trying to remember what.
Yeah, you can press. I'm pretty sure if I do this. Yeah, you can press down to grab the lighter. I could just Metal Blade here, but I like giving Leaf Shield some attention.
Yeah. So when they do Woodman and Bubble Mantoids, like, cause all the other toids come with like their weapons. So I'm like, how are they gonna do Leaf Shield? Like,
Did they not show it already?
no, they only showed the figure, not the weapon.
Okay.
It's clearly prototypes in the.
I'm gonna guess it's gonna be some kind of stand.
Well, maybe something you can plug in the back.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Okay, so I know that they are different greens, but there's Snake Man coming out, and Woodman, and we're getting a Hyper Bomb Mega Man, so you can pretend that green Mega Man is like those ones also.
Yeah. How many blue variants of Mega Man are there?
Airman, Iceman, Splash Woman. None in 3.
Well, Splash Woman's like a blue and yellow.
Yes. Oh, is that what it is in Smash Bros? Then it's not Gemini Man. Then it'd be. I swore I had more than that. But...
Because all of the alternate skins in Smash Bros are like from moves he can do in the game.
Okay, because the Gemini Man one has yellow on it.
Okay, you can't mix this up. So if you do, I'm leaving. It's a direct shot if you miss it somehow. What is wrong with you? It was right. Don't do that again, seriously. I'm gonna actually slap you.
I thought, like, because you're like, what are you doing? And it's like, if you want to do a bit, I think you should put more emphasis and actual, like, energy into it. So
I'm
just
very
like,
tired.
So I'm just like, what's the noise I should make that best should showcase
yeah,
that?
Killing the audience's ears, that's what.
So the thing that sucks is that the Wily in this one, its weakness is Crash Bomber.
And you don't need it.
No, I have three E-tank, 2 E-tanks.
Okay, so. Okay, a top 5 of toy robot masters you want in the new line. Okay, so let's, for me, Crystal Man, Skull Man. I'm thinking, what Mega Man 3 character do I want?
It's hard for me to do a top 5 because, you know, I want all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many, like, Gyro Man would be pretty cool, but, I want a Top Man figure.
So I'm just showing here what we said earlier. You have that footage still, right, where you just looped him over?
Yeah. From my Wii, yeah, I think I should still use that footage. Oh wait, I can't capture more. I'm thinking, should I use this footage. No, it's not me playing the game.
Yeah, but why not? It's of you talking about the games, right?
Oh, I meant for my... I'll think about it.
Oh, okay, not Airman. I tried to jump.
I want an Airman figure to go alongside Knightsman. But let's see. For Mega Man 2 bosses, the ones I'd want the most are between Quickman and Crouchman. So I think Crouchman's really cool. The only bots I don't like from Mega Man 2 is Flashman. I guess the design just was never appealing to me. So I never liked Waveman as a kid, but the design grew on me. Charge Man would be a fun toy. On Bubble Man, really?
Yeah. I don't want to risk it. I don't have any more lives.
Okay, then yeah, it's...
It's interesting for this one that they don't remake the same layout that you fight them in the stage select. For Quickman and Flashman. I don't feel like there's a delay now because I'm used to it. Oh my god, I pressed start twice during that and they weren't doing anything. Yeah, okay, we're done with this game.
Really?
Yes.
You're calling it.
Yeah. Do you want to do it?
No. Well,
it was flashing so much I couldn't see anything.
This was a terrible idea.
I don't regret it, but oh my god, yeah, the fact that it took us this long does not feel like a redemption. It's like, what was wrong with them? If they're going to the end to see this, my first video, I'm pretty sure I did, like, my first video of Mega Man 2 I uploaded 10 years ago. Much better than our performance right here. Not because we got worse at the game, but because there was a delay in the inputs and we had to put up with that the whole game. Alright, so, thanks for watching if you watched. I still don't mind. I think this is better than stuff we put on the last 10 years, though, because we're just not meant for this.
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends on who we work with.
Yeah, like I'm a lot more entertaining and funny when I'm tired. Because then I'm less serious and I think of goofy concepts.
Yeah. I want to try doing this with my friends, but
I think you would have more of a blast because you're definitely nervous doing this with me because I actually have, with how I am with you. A lot of you talked about that a lot, that I would put you down, but that wasn't the case. It was more of I would go in one direction and then you would say something that would bring into it, like I could no longer go down the line of what I was gonna say. So it's like, great, I have to stop that bit or something.
Well, we're done here.
Oh, but we're doing close. Okay, this is this is exactly what I mean.
I meant.
Oh, you're doing it as a joke?
No, I meant like.
What?
Oh.
We don't work well together.
No, we don't.
I'm just trying to close off. I'm trying to explain. That's how it was for me. Okay. I felt like I wanted to start a thing, and then you blocked me off right away because the thing you said, I couldn't improvise my way around it.
Yeah.
So, how'd you feel about this session?
It was better than Mega Man 1.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna go on the Wii and see just how different it feels to play that one.
Yeah.
All right. Take care.